First-time buyers have had a tough go in the last year. What's changed? What's new this year? Find out on today's Real Talk. Today we have the wonderful Carmen with the Wolcott team. Thanks for coming on, Carmen.
Thanks for having me, Peter.
Carmen, you've worked with a lot of first-time buyers in the last year, and obviously they've had a bit of a crazy go with rising interest rates and prices being all over the place. What has your experience been recently with first-time buyers?
Yeah, so it's been difficult for both first-time buyers and people who have bought and are reselling, just navigating the interest rates and kind of understanding the new normal that with the changing markets.
And have you noticed first-time buyers that entered the market last year, a number of them just decided to hang on the sidelines, or maybe they're even coming back this year because things have stabilized?
Yeah, so I think with the rates changing as kind of fast as they did and continuously, it spooked a lot of people, and fairly so. It was a lot to navigate with the changes, and you just didn't understand what was going to happen. A lot of people were expecting prices to drop and think they might still be dropping. But I think now, going into this year, people are kind of becoming more comfortable with it and understanding that this is the new normal, and it's normal for rates to be around this price point.
And what is some advice that you would give a first-time buyer, like maybe things that they didn't do last year that could have helped them buy a house that they could put in place this year to make a difference for them?
I think the number one thing to do is talk to a mortgage broker. That
Right.
should really be step one. Talking to a mortgage broker will give you the information that you need to be able to navigate the market easily. Staying in touch with them frequently, they'll be able to help you budget and financially plan so that you are able to enter the market kind of regardless of what the interest rates are. They'll help you figure that out.
Yeah, because what we saw a lot last year with first-time buyers was as they were trying to save up, they're maybe paying rent or they're trying to put money in the bank one way or another, but a big way they could get ahead and get their feet closer to jumping into the market was by constantly updating their pre-approval and holding those rates for 90 or 120 days at a time, so that if they climbed up while they were about to pull the trigger on a house, at least they had the rate from a few months prior, a little bit lower.
Exactly, yeah, I think holding your rates is the most important part, because that way, even if the prices do happen to drop in a month or two, you still have that old rate that you had when the prices were higher. So that way you really set yourself up for financial success with it.
Okay, now Carmen, I have to ask you this question out of the blue because you have one of the most interesting stories or funny stories I've heard in real estate. I'm going to let you tell the story about when you were previewing the property and something to do with a bird. What exactly happened here?
I have some bad experiences with birds at properties.
No
It's
kidding.
happened to me a few times now. The first time I walked into the house, there was a few cats hanging out, so I was playing with the cats for a bit, as I always do. And then I go upstairs and I'm like, something's weird going on here. And I feel something drop on my head and I look up and there's a wild bird flying around the house. So that was so fun. The cats were going crazy. I ran into the bathroom, locked myself in the bathroom, called Justine, Peter's sister, and didn't know what to do. Ended up just running out of the house and waiting for someone to come help me.
Oh my God, I'm so happy that's never happened.
Yeah.
So 2 things I'm taking from this: talk to your mortgage broker and look out for birds when showing a house.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome, thanks for coming on, Carmen.
Awesome, thanks, Peter.